Hi there. So, have been trying to arrange a session, a get-together, a conversation with some friends, with a view to starting a bit of an initiative or movement. Having some difficulties doing that in November, and so I'm going to record this video and send it out there. And I'd encourage anybody receiving this to, at the conclusion of the message, to consider if you have friends or colleagues who might be interested. The goal is to get together virtually with a group of folks in January and figure out how this might work. The basic idea is to raise awareness or raise the profile of the type of politics, the type of citizenship that is already happening in communities, I believe, around the world. The notion of the title of this effort, We Are Politics, is meant to convey the notion that to some extent all of us are politicians. We are all politicians. We are all political. And that's meant to convey what politics used to be and what it can be. Politics and political citizenship, and I mean that term explicitly, political citizenship, to make a bit of a distinction, can be more than what currently is recognized in the discourse as politics, which is government politics. Politics used to be, or it can be, the second you walk out of your door and engage in a conversation in the community with neighbors, with colleagues, with friends, sharing your vision for the community, sharing ideas of what a better society looks like, sharing your perception, your opinion about the world around you, your neighborhood, your community, or your city. And that does not have to, in my opinion, take the form of formal government participation by running for office, supporting an officially recognized political candidate, to count as legitimate politics. That type of politics at the community level is no less legitimate, I believe, than participating politically in government politics. And that discourse, the notion that politics is only equated with participation in formal governmental politics, literally removes power from all other forms of political participation. Everyone else who's participating in political activity without participating in government becomes described as a community activist, as a community organizer, an environmentalist, a taxpayer, a consumer, all these other horrible terms that diminish or demean political discourse and conversation that is happening outside of officially recognized governmental channels. And so this effort is really to raise awareness or promote the notion that, you know what, politics looks very many different ways. Politics does not have to mean, does not only mean participating in formal government politics, and to raise awareness for the political citizenship that is happening all around the world outside of government spheres. And the notion is twofold: to celebrate and encourage that type of political citizenship, to encourage neighbors to engage in conversations with their friends and family and other neighbors around their vision and their hopes and dreams for the communities in which they live, and to empower those other forms of political activity. Too much power, I believe, is vested in formal government politics, and we need to recognize, or some forum or capacity to recognize, alternative politics. That is, regardless of how inclusive government can aspire to be, that type of politics or political citizenship will always be exclusive, because not everyone is going to be interested in supporting an official candidate, an official party, or getting involved in formal politics. But to me, that does not mean they're not political. So We Are Politics is meant to recognize that everyone who's engaged as a board member, participating in conversations with their neighbors, going to public forums, engaging in tough conversations about anything to do with their community, outside of government circles, is acting as a political citizen, is engaging in politics, and to some extent are politicians. I would challenge anyone who's participating on any kind of committee or board to consider themselves a politician. The conversations that you are likely to have at a committee level, a neighborhood association level, residents association, are likely to be very political discussions some of the time. And that type of politics is no less legitimate or authentic than formal government politics. So We Are Politics is meant to shift the discourse a little bit, celebrate the political citizenship that is happening outside, beyond government spheres, It's not intended necessarily as a discouragement for those who do aspire to get involved in formal government politics. It's just a recognition for those that are very much political citizens but will not participate as political citizens through formal governmental challenge. So I'd like to have a virtual chat via Google Hangout. We'll probably use Google Air so that participants have two options. They can participate in the discussion and share feedback via webcam, or participants can just log in and watch the conversation that unfolds. If you're interested, we're looking to hold the session in January, and I'd encourage you to consider others that might be interested. Share them with this video and we'll look to setting a date. Hope to have you join us.